Downtown Joe wants to plug an app.
Yeah, I gotta say, I love this app. I've only used it once, but it worked so well, I felt it deserved a plug. I found out about it at my gas station. I'm pumping gas, and there was a little ad on the top of the gas station that said, have you tried Pirq? Have you tried Pirq?
What is it called?
Pirq.
Pirq.
P-I-R-Q. P-I-R-Q.
Pirq.
Yeah.
Pirq.
What it is it's an app you put on your smartphone. I assume for iPhone or Android. I'm not an app person.
Oh, it's meant to sound like a perk, like you're getting a perk?
Yeah, and you do. If you're hungry, at least, you do. Because what they do is they give you coupons, just like all these other Groupon, Living Social, or whatever. But the only difference is it doesn't cost you anything. So, say, like yesterday, it's about 2 o'clock. I'm really getting tired of watching the Mariners get beat up, and I'm also getting hungry, feeling kind of lazy.
Oh, it's 2. You're starving.
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm famished. I mean, I didn't even have lunch yet. So I go to this thing, and I say I want to, eat. I just click on the city I want to eat in, and a list of the restaurants that right now, and it'll give you a time. It'll say, okay, between 3 and 6 right now, we'll give you 40% off. Now, they're only offering one of those, so you got to be the guy. You got to say, yeah, I'll do that. I'll take that right now.
What do you mean they're only offering one?
Well, like, for instance, there's a Euro place down the street from me where I would go normally anyway. I love the place. It's great. It makes good Euro, and good Euros are hard to find. Well, I would go on Pirq, and they're offering 40% off for one guy, and then, like, for 3 guys, they'll give 20% off. But if you're the one guy that takes the 40%, and I was.
Do these cost you anything?
I Pirq alone.
Yeah,
with nobody else.
It's off your whole check, so you can take your whole family if you want it.
Wow.
And so I said, yeah, I'll take that. So I hit.
What do you mean? What if 3 guys show up?
Well, if they're all with you, that's fine.
Well, only the first one gets that level of discount.
Right. See, when I grabbed that 40% one, I said, yeah, I'll take that. Reserve that for me. I'll be right there. So I go down.
Right.
There's a little sign with one of those squiggly little square bar deals. And you take your phone and you point it at that sign, and your phone vibrates a little, and then it says, congratulations.
So you get a hand massage out of the deal, too.
That's an extra perk.
Another happy ending.
It says, congratulations, 40% off, and I show it to the nice young Greek fella that's getting ready to make me a Euro, and he says, 40% off, good job. Okay,
but wait a minute. You say there's only one of these, so they're advertising, but they only want one person.
Well, here's the deal.
It's like Groupon deal of the day.
For example, right now on Pirq, the 13 Coins has an offer. There are 9 available for 50% off. There are 1 available for 40% off. There are 17 available for 30% off. So there's some fear of loss. Snap it up while you can.
All right.
The big discounts are going away, and then the lesser discounts, if you wait,
so 13
you only get 30.
Coins is saying.
Is it only today?
Yeah, and there'll be a different one tomorrow.
And there'll be 9 guys that can eat for half off at 13 Coins.
So you follow your phone to food?
Yeah, if you say, and you
Is
go
it only
there,
food?
It's only food as far as I know so far. Now, they may expand. I think it's a pretty small operation. I have
Why
not.
didn't they call it Spork? That would have made more sense.
I have not heard anybody really mention it. I only saw it. I just happened to see a sign is the reason I downloaded it. And I don't know if people are aware of it, but it's free. It's easy.
Texter says, awesome service. I use it every weekend for sushi deals.
Yeah, nice. Because it's like, it knows where you are, so it knows the vicinity of where you want to eat anyway.
Don't let Lisa see this because we'll never eat at home again.
Yeah, and there's no hassles. There's no got to buy this coupon, go redeem it kind of business. It's just.
But you are being led around by your phone.
Yeah, to food and to cheap food. I like it.
Yeah, in fact, Joe, I just used this last night. Same thing. I had Monique and AJ in the car. We needed to eat now because AJ was hungry. I picked up Pirq, got 50% off at a restaurant within a mile. It was so easy.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a growing concern.
Reviews are awesome.
Do they have anybody from Star Trek promoting it yet?
I have not heard any.
You're going to be fat, really fat.
Any ads? They need to advertise and get the word out about this thing.
No, if it's really good on the internet, you don't need to advertise it because people will just talk about it, just as we did. 9:53. That's it for us today. That freaked me out. Coming up. Also, the missing rooster. Coming up. And a 15-year-old becomes 21 thanks to the Department of Motor Vehicles coming up. But in the meantime, we have a guest. Yesterday, Downtown Joe told you about a new app for his phone. Look at Joe getting all smartphony and techie. He says this is going to be big, really big, like he is. As you can probably guess if you know Joe, it's about two of his favorite things, food and greed.
I love it. I love getting stuff cheap, and I love food, and I love getting food cheap, especially when it's food I was going to buy anyway.
Right. The app is called Pirq. It's like if you're getting a perk, only it's spelled P-I-R-Q, probably so they could trademark it and copyright it. The app is local. The company is in Kirkland. I don't know if they've rolled it out all over the country yet or not, but I experimented with the app yesterday, and it's pretty cool.
Works easy?
It works easy. It is designed to get you addicted to it, which is, of course, what every app needs to be.
Worked for crack.
And it also feeds you. What it is one of those like discount things like Groupon and Living Social, except that you don't have to buy the coupons. The app looks at where you are and tells you where to get discounts on food right near you. No coupons, nothing to buy up front. To explain how it works and how they plan to become a huge worldwide enterprise, from the company's Kirkland headquarters, Pirq Marketing Director Keegan Hall. Keegan, welcome to the Bob Rivers Show. How are you?
Thank you very much. I'm doing great. How are you guys?
All right. Are you the CEO and marketing director and mailroom assistant?
Two of those three is correct. I'm not the CEO. But the others are fairly accurate.
You do the mail and marketing. All right.
Exactly.
So how many people are at the company Pirq, may I ask?
We probably up to about 20 or so now.
So it's a young startup.
Yeah, very young. The app's only been live not even a year yet. So
this is like meeting Google when they hired that broad that just took over Yahoo to meet you, right?
That's what I'd like to think. Yeah, that's our dream anyways.
I mean, you're going to be a billionaire, right?
If everything goes well, I think a lot of people will do very well, including the consumers.
All right, let's forget the interview. How do I buy a piece of your company?
Well, we will be raising another round. We did one round of VC funding so far, and we'll probably be doing another round. But there might be a chance for you.
That's the deal with an internet company, by the way. There's a huge opportunity out there to become cool services for people that explode and take off. But unless you have seed money, you can't make it happen because you've got to launch with something cool for people, right?
Yeah, and in fact, I don't know how long you've been using our Pirq, but when we originally launched it, a little less than a year ago, it looks completely different than what it does now.
Uh-huh. So you've learned and grown. All right.
Exactly.
Let's talk about what it is. Basically, Pirq, P-I-R-Q, is something you open up, and when you open it up, it finds restaurants near you that will offer either 20, 30, 40, or 50% off, like 2-for-1 meals, which has been a restaurant promotion before, right, in the old analog world.
Yeah, I think the main difference is that the discount actually applies to your total bill.
Not just one meal.
Exactly. It's food and drinks, and it just comes off the total bill. So if you walk in to one of our restaurants with the 50% off, you could go crazy, and then they just cut the bill in half, save up to $100. So it's pretty unique, pretty valuable, and we've been getting a great response so far.
All right. So now you're in the business of going around to restaurants that need customers and saying we're gonna flood you with people, a little bit like Groupon, right?
Actually, no. We're kind of the exact opposite of that.
Meaning?
In the sense that we actually work with the customers and with the restaurants to schedule deals for when they're slowest. So we're not going to sell like 1,000 deals and then have them slammed during their rush hour on Friday night. So we're actually the opposite. We say, when do you guys need business most? And for a lot of these people, it's, let's say, 2 to 5 in the afternoon.
Right, and I saw like 9 to 11 and 9 to noon.
That's important because as a Groupon buyer, often I've been disappointed. Like if you buy a detail for your car and then you call the place and then they say, oh, well, we can't schedule you for like 3 months
February.
from now. Yeah, well, it's like I don't need a detail 3 months from now.
Okay, so that's part of how you make it work because the restaurants don't want to give away stuff when they're busy anyway. So it's a little bit like airline seat pricing, isn't it?
It's more similar to that. Yeah, you're exactly right. Yeah, so we're not going to just bombard them. We a lot of people think we're a consumer-facing company, and we are. But the real value of our product is for the vendors and for the restaurants.
For the restaurants, and it's just restaurants now, right?
As of right now, that's the plan, or that's the case. But we hope to open that up very soon and invite other vendors to join.
You've probably heard of a little company called Amazon.com. They started with just books.
Yeah, that's just ringing a bell.
All right, sounds good. Now, is this only in Seattle?
No, we actually just launched in Silicon Valley a couple months ago.
Uh-huh.
And then we definitely have national expansion plans.
Of course. So in order to do this, you need a sales team out there, and you need restaurants signing up, and then you need people to discover it and go, wow, this is really cool. But you have a hidden, what I would call an addictive quality to your app, and I thought this was one of the most fascinating things about it, because I know a lot of people download apps, they go, oh, this is cool, they download it, you use it once, and then you forget about your app, and you sort of never use it again.
You think you're going to scan barcodes everywhere you go. You're not scanning barcodes.
I haven't used the barcode scanner forever.
Yeah, you're not going to do that.
I could care less.
Yeah.
So what's the addictive, and I mean addictive in a non-health harmful way, depending on what you order at the restaurant, but what is the addictive property of Pirq?
Are you asking me or telling me?
I'm asking you because you're gonna fess up. What is it?
I think it's just great deals, really. I mean,
okay, I'm going to have to bust you on this. Yes, the addictive. You want me to tell you what's addictive about it?
I would love to hear your perspective.
Joe will tell you.
I would like to guess. I don't know what he's going to say, but I think one thing I've experienced with your app is a little bit of fear of loss. I'll give you an example. On Sunday, the Greek restaurant next to my house was offering 40% off, but only for one person.
There was only one coupon left.
Yeah, 40%
it tells you
off.
how many coupons for each thing.
So I pull into the mall, and I notice a guy walking really fast, and I said, God dang it, that guy, he sees that. He sees the same thing I see. He's going to beat me there. Now, fortunately, he was walking fast.
But you can also reserve the coupon, right?
Yeah, you can, and I didn't do that. I should have done that. But he was walking fast to the shoe repair store next door.
He didn't go.
No, he didn't go.
You were afraid that he was going to eat your meal.
I'm in there, and I went in there, and I scanned my thing.
One of the addictive qualities, it's not so addictive as it is socially manipulative, is a fear of loss. No, the addictive quality is this. If you use a coupon, it unlocks better coupons, right?
Yeah, essentially. I mean,
you know about this.
We did do that on purpose. We have a ton of really loyal users, and we wanted to reward them with, of course, the best deals. And it's really easy to get unlocked. Basically, you just redeem one deal, and you're unlocked for the next 7 days.
That's right. And what I like about that is the transparency, by the way. I don't like these deal sites where you bid on stuff, and then the bid and the price goes up, and you don't know how many people are bidding. It's annoying. But what you guys did was... like, for example, I looked online. I've only had your app for 23 hours, and I haven't used it yet.
Oh, okay.
But I looked online, and you had 13 Coins, a fabulous Seattle traditional restaurant.
You've been eating there for years.
30 years I've been eating there, even though I've only been here for 20. And, of course I pay full price. I want them to do well, and 13 Coins, however, is open 24 hours a day, which means that they probably have their slow times. So I looked on the coupons, and there was a coupon for 30% off. There were about 15 of those. And there was a coupon for 20% off. Why would anyone want that, right?
Yeah, really.
And there were like 8 of those. And then there was a coupon for 40% off, but it was grayed out. I couldn't access it. And there was a coupon for 50% off, but as soon as we mentioned it on the radio, there were none of those left.
You know who got those? Someone luckier than you.
Yeah, of course. So, but wait a minute. I clicked on one of the gray ones, and it said, you haven't used the app. If you use the app and buy something somewhere else, presumably for 30% off, then you get By the way, you're getting a free infomercial, Keegan.
I don't have to say anything.
Wait a minute. I want some of that venture capital before I finish this sentence. Anyway, when you use it, all of a sudden the 50% off ones come, which greedy people like Joe are going to use all those up fast.
Are
right?
you calling him greedy just because he raced a guy to the Greek restaurant?
Yes, absolutely. Because he's paranoid. So anyway, I get it. It's an addictive property. You have to keep the app alive every week by using it once, so you get 50% off. That's how it works, right?
Yeah, and there's a variety of vendors, right? So you don't have to go out and spend, $100 to get it unlocked. We have everything from coffee shops to Taco Del Mar to 13 coins. So there's something for everyone.
One of the founders of your company has to be a drug addict to have created this and understand this, right? One of you is in recovery.
As far as I know, that's not the case.
Oh, well, if you need someone on the board of directors, let me know. All right. So anyway, this is pretty interesting, and we like it because it's a local company. It could be the next, Facebook, Twitter, Google, Pirq.
But like
Yahoo.
all those, how do you make any money? I mean, by
I tell you how they make
cheap.
money before I even ask him. But let's ask him first. Keegan, how do you make money?
It's obviously on the vendor side. So for users, our app's totally free. You can just go download it right now. It doesn't cost you anything. But then we work with the vendors to find deals that fit their slow times, and they only pay when we deliver them a customer. So it's really a no-brainer for a lot of restaurants to join Pirq, because if we don't deliver them a customer, hey, it's free advertising essentially. You get in front of all of our users, and there's definitely value there without paying us.
Right. So the vendors look at times they're not making any money.
Mm-hmm.
And they get people to come in and try their restaurant, and they use the coupons, and it doesn't interfere with their regular business.
Exactly, yeah. Yep.
All right, I see one downside.
Okay.
If I'm a good journalist, and since you didn't pay me for this infomercial, the downside, of course, is that these are only cheapskates like Joe who will never pay full price for anything, and they're no good for your vendors.
Well, I think it ultimately comes back to, like I said, when the restaurant's slow, they just want people in the door and filling up the restaurant, and they're still making money. There's never an opportunity where they're losing money, so for them it still works out. They'd much rather have somebody in the restaurant when there's nobody else there eating.
Keegan, it sounds great, and you are, since when we saw that you were a startup business in Kirkland trying to become national and global, we all thought, let's give them a shout out. And it is an interesting app. I'd be curious to see. It's very competitive out there, right? There's no guarantee. Either you're going to be a billionaire or you're going to be working at one of these restaurants where you've made all these wonderful connections, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's no secret that, the mobile industry with cell phones, everyone's got one. And then, of course, the deal space has been heating up over the last 5+ years. So this is kind of the convergence of that, as well as kind of social media. So there's lots of companies trying to do what we do, and we think we got, the secret formula to make it work for everybody.
Everybody who has an iPhone or an Android, not Windows people or BlackBerry people, right?
Yeah, what do you have against Microsoft?
We actually get, that's probably the most asked question out of anything, is when is Windows Phone coming out? And I can say we are working on one. We don't have one scheduled for BlackBerry yet, but we are.
Who cares about BlackBerry? They're dead and they're not local anyway.
Yeah.
I have a BlackBerry.
So who cares about you?
I'm a business professional.
Yeah.
I carry a professional phone.
Windows is revamping everything in the fall anyway, so I'd say when the new operating system comes out, that'd be the time to make an app for
But
it.
hold on a second. You're in Kirkland.
Yes.
Microsoft is close by.
Yes.
What do you want him to do? Go over there and knock on the door?
Well, at least have lunch there and try to meet somebody. All right. Keegan Hall in Kirkland, the chief bottle washer and cook and mailroom and publicity. Who's the CEO? Who's the guy? Is there a guy or gal who started this?
Yeah, James Sun is the CEO. A lot of people know him from The Apprentice. He was the runner-up on Donald Trump's Apprentice, but he's just had a wildly successful career in startups up to this point. So he's just a tremendous personality and leader. So we're lucky to have him.
What has he gotten going that is already big, really big?
What? Say that again? Sorry.
What other companies has he started up that have gone on to succeed?
Well, he's had a couple exits that they're not, widely known companies, so you probably wouldn't know the names, but the underlying technology to Pirq, all this kind of location-based technology, that was actually developed from a previous startup as well, so.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, good stuff.
Keegan, all the best to you.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Get a Windows app.
We're working on it.
All right. I don't know why I said that. People keep telling me to get an Android app. Yes, Eric.
By the way, I just want to point out that a number of listeners are calling in because they don't know how it's spelled, so I want to spell it for you right now.
Yeah.
Pirq.
Pirq. Sounds like a Pirq. By the way, a Seattle company, Pirq. Just a coffee connection there somewhere.
I feel like he owes us money. I feel dirty.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm owed a Greek euro or something.
Oh, because we were just so nice to him?
Yeah. We are not usually that nice.
Well, Spike is out today.
Right.